Think of this, who would believe this? 80 days from now, we are going to defeat a communist known as Kamala Harris. She's a communist. Most radical left person ever to run for office. This is not what this country needs. We've had enough of them. We're going to win back the White House, and we're going to take back our country. Kamala Harris is a super left liberal who ruined San Francisco, ruined California, and delivered a badly broken economy, a badly broken border, which gave us a dangerous world of chaos, death, and destruction. Just take a look at what's happening today. We were a respected country. Now the whole world laughs at us. We're a bunch of foolish people to have allowed.
Fabian, how are you, buddy?
We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back very fast. We'll close up the borders. We'll drill, baby, drill. We're going to do things that are going to be very good. Very good, very fast. It'll happen very quickly. But she breaks everything that she touches. But soon we're going to fix every single problem. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Crooked Joe. What happened to Biden? I was running against Biden. All of a sudden I'm running against somebody else. It's true. You know, it's interesting. I said, who am I running against? Harris. I said, who the hell is Harris? You don't know. Who the hell is Harris? You know, she was the first one out last time. She was the first one to lose. And now all of a sudden she's running. She never got a vote. That they are a threat to democracy. Remember that. Starting the day I take the oath of office, I
agree.
will rapidly drive prices down, and we will
They are a little bit.
America affordable again. We're going to make it
Welcome in. Janine, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Under Kamala Harris and crooked Joe Biden, the American dream was dead, and it is dead. It's dead as a doornail. They'll never bring it back unless we win. If we win, we're going to have the American dream alive, all for your beautiful children, your grandchildren. We'll have the American dream. Will be back with us. Her radical liberal policies have caused horrific inflation, decimated.
How are you, Matthew?
And gutted the finances of millions of American families. And you know what I'm talking about, because everybody in this room has been devastated by what they've done. They have no idea. They're grossly incompetent people. Real incomes are down by over $2,000 a year. Think of that. Minimum. And ours up 5 times that amount. More than 5 times that amount. Her price hikes have cost a typical household a total of $28,000.
Oh, gee, I hear you. I hear you.
Inflation tax. She was there for everything. You know, when she sits and complains. Hey, look. Joe Biden hates her, okay? Hates her.
That's true.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second, do you? Joe Biden hates her. This was an overthrow.
He's referring to yesterday in the morning.
This was an overthrow.
They had a big argument. Big argument.
$100 million fighting
Biden
Joe
and
Biden.
Kamala.
They told him he couldn't win. His debate performance wasn't the best ever. But they said mine was the best ever. But they said his debate performance wasn't. I look forward to debating her, by the way.
Doing good, Matthew. How are you today? God bless you and your family. Going to be live tonight, around 6:30 p.m. live tonight. Just wanted to...
Economic.
Let's go, Longbeard. Here we go. Pennsylvania.
This is not what we want in this country.
Back in Pennsylvania.
And think of it. Does anyone here feel richer under Kamala Harris and Crooked Joe? Is anything less expensive under Kamala Harris or Crooked Joe? No, it's been devastating. Inflation has been devastating under this group of people that have no idea what the hell they're doing. Are you better off with Kamala and Biden than you were under President Donald J. Trump? I don't think so.
Scotty boy, I hear you.
You know, they do polls and this stuff, and I'm at like
Dude's asleep.
3%. I said, so why are we having an election?
From Fabian.
They didn't have an election. Why are we having an election? How would you like to be Biden? He's working, he's spending money, he's trying. They wanted to have a debate. That's the thing that started it all. You know, if I didn't debate him, he'd still be running right now. But I believe she will be easier to beat than him.
I hear you, Longbeard. I just got a stuffed pepper. A bell pepper?
Lunatic.
Bell pepper stuffed. This right here in a salad was $50. And then some water. And some water. Coffee. A couple other things. $56. Are you kidding me?
She totally believes it. She wants to destroy our country. With 4 more years of Kamala, your finances will...
That lady's taking a photo of her
They
face.
will only get worse. They're only going to get worse. The stock market...
Definitely heartburn.
And
Buzz balls and stuffed peppers and ground meat. With a little lettuce and vinegar.
The stock market is only up because they think I'm going to win. And if we don't win, according to many people, including one of the greatest Wall Street prognosticators, Dave Scott...
Too many of those bizballs. Too many.
One of the most brilliant guys on Wall Street.
Look at this guy.
If I don't win, you
That's a
are
nice hat.
1929 style depression. Enjoy it. I believe that. I believe
it too.
I believe it. A lot of people believe it.
Good job,
So we're
Smods.
not going to give them the chance, okay? We're not going to give them. And your state's going to be ruined anyway. She's totally anti-fracking. She's been anti-fracking and anti-drilling, anti-oil and gas from practically the day she was born. All of a sudden, a couple of months ago, she said, oh, I'd love to have fracking. Now, she won't have fracking. Vote Trump and your incomes will soar.
I didn't get ripped off.
Young people will be able to afford a home.
Blame the economy.
Bring back
Go down to...
dream bigger. We are going to bring it back.
Long beard. That's it. That's how you do it, Longbeard. That's how you do it.
Bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. We're going to bring it back. Look at all these front row Joes over here. They've only been, we have a couple of groups here.
Yeah, I hear you, Fabian.
They're at about 222 events. Front row Joes, stand up. Wait
God bless her. God bless her, Matthew.
But I have another group from a place called North Carolina. Has anybody ever heard of North? We love North Carolina.
Take care of her, Matthew. May God bless you. Prayers for your mom.
This is number, what? 217.
What's up, Linda?
So this is
What's going on, Linda? I hear you.
And supposedly, they're happily married. How the hell does that work? They're beautiful and they're growing.
I hear you, North Carolina. I hear you, North Carolina. What's going on over there today?
That was a wise choice. Beautiful. Very nice.
Fabian says his prayers are very strong, too, with your mom.
They're great women. And they've been with us from the very beginning. They were with us from the beginning.
Absolutely,
of
Longbeard.
When we
It's
had
not.
the 4 greatest years this country has ever had. They were with us. And thank you very much. North Carolina. We're doing well in North Carolina. Thank you, Doug. It's nice to not have to travel to California and other places, huh? Yesterday, Kamala laid out her so-called economic plan. She says she's going to lower the cost of food and housing starting on day 1. But day 1,
Scotty.
Kamala was 3.5 years ago. So why didn't she do it then? So this is day 1305. We're at 1305. So why isn't she doing it now? Why doesn't she?
Exactly. That's what I say. I've been saying that.
Wonderful husband. Go to Washington and do it now. You could do it right now. Why does she go to the convention?
May God bless you,
It's a
Matthew.
rigged convention, obviously.
What's up, New Hampshire? Tom, what's happening? Good to see you here again.
Sleepy Joe had 14 million votes. She got no votes.
God bless you.
She was the first one out.
Blame
She
Dirty.
said
God bless
she
you.
never got to Iowa. Great state, Iowa. We're going to win it big. The farmers love Trump, and I love the farmers.
Jake.
But she never got to Iowa.
God bless
She
you.
was the first one to quit, and now she's running for president.
Hello, everybody.
Somebody's
Live.
gonna have to
This
explain
man,
our system.
Pennsylvania, back in Pennsylvania.
The enemies all around the world, they're watching this saying, this place doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. Everything Kamala Harris says is her speeches is a lie. You know, she gets up and just lies. I was watching her yesterday. She talked about all the taxes I was going to raise. I never said that. I'm lowering taxes. Yesterday she got
Mike and Diane, early.
that
I hear
Donald
you.
Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food, a tax on medication, a tax on clothing, a tax on every single thing.
Nicey nice, Longbeard.
If you had, he's going to tax.
Nicey nice. Later on, we're going to have a Pabst Blue Ribbon outside.
He's going to tax your wife. He's going to tax your husband. And I'm saying, I never said any of that. They make it up. I mean, here's the truth. Kamala wants to put massive taxes on American jobs and American industries.
It's been 12 years, unfortunately. I don't think she's going to be with us the same time next year.
And foreign countries.
$40 million a week.
Billions and billions of dollars. You know, I'm the only one that ever took in any money from China. China was...
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Ripping us.
I appreciate it, Tom.
It's many presidents. And what happened is, I put it down.
Delaware, what's happening? Good to see you here again.
Hundreds of billions of dollars from China. And Biden can't, it's so much money, he's trying to rescind it for a couple of reasons. Number one, he got a lot of money from China. Got like, didn't he get 3.5 million, 4 million? That they know of. But he got a lot more than that. His family made a lot of money with China. He wants to get rid of the tariff, but he can't because there's so much money they can't do anything with the budget. A tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No.
Lori, how are you? A little live. Tonight we'll be live again. Just want to listen to our next president.
Ripping us off and stealing our jobs. And it's a tax that doesn't affect our country. And you can see hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs on other...
Yes, Scotty, it's live. Pennsylvania.
Hundreds of billions.
I'll be there next week. Thursday. I'll be in Pennsylvania next Thursday. Wednesday night, Thursday.
There's no tax if they build their factory in Pennsylvania. There's no tax if they build their factory in the United States. So what do they do in order to avoid paying the tax?
Yeah, I seen that, Lori. I got them now.
Let's build a place over here. No tax. Come on over. We love it. Just hire up people. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. You know, as we speak, and this really goes to Michigan more than you, but I look at Michigan and South Carolina, a lot of other places.
Exactly, Longbeard.
And they are building some of the biggest auto factories in the world right now in Mexico, right off our border. They think they're going to make cars, not pay any tax, and sell those cars into the United States. Not going to happen. Not with me. They're building some of the biggest auto plants in the world. And you know who owns those auto plants? They're built.
Sheila Wilson, how are you?
And being built.
God bless you. I hear you, South Carolina.
Owns them.
Good stuff there in South Carolina.
I had a good relationship with President.
PBR tonight, Longbeard, or Modelo.
That relationship, but I had a very good relationship.
Or Modelo. I like a Modelo maybe tonight. A little Modelo. No buzzballs. No buzzballs.
Barack Hussein. Did you ever hear of Barack Hussein Obama? Have you heard of him?
Stick with the issues, Trump. This is where, you know, we want to hear it. What's your plan, Trump?
I don't know that that's true.
We got your back. MAGA's got your back. Well, what's your plans, Trump? Let's go.
Every attack Kamala makes on us is a fabricated, it's a lie. She's sort of a bad storyteller. She doesn't know how to tell us.
Thank you, Lord. Be respectful.
She gets, caught up in her own words. She's not a.
We got to deal with me.
Wordsmith, they say. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to have a debate at some point. They gave.
Go get me one, Longbeard. Give me a strawberry or pineapple, Longbeard.
To me, is a
strawberry pineapple.
Worse than CBS. Worse than CNN. The home of George.
That's a good man right there.
A nasty guy. I said, George, I've had you up to here. So.
Jake Rose, how are you? I hear you.
A nasty guy.
Shout out to North Carolina.
He interviewed Biden like 2 weeks ago. He interviewed Biden. It was like the nicest interview. What flavor ice cream do you like? George, I tend to like vanilla very much. With me, they get into a lot of subjects that a lot of people don't like talking about. But ABC's the worst.
How are you, Adam?
And that seems because they won't do it on Fox.
Good to see you here.
They've turned down the Fox. You know, I've approved 3 debates. They've approved 1. The only one they've approved was their network, and now it came out in the New York Times of all places that the head of the news and the head of the whole thing practically.
No tax on that provolone. Leave it alone. It's sharp too. Fabian, leave the sharp provolone. Leave it alone.
Her and her husband are best friends with Kamala.
Gretchen, how are you?
And I'm surprised.
Renanda, how are you?
But, you know, with Biden,
Gretchen, I think I pronounced it right.
I wouldn't do it, so they offered me something that I couldn't accept. They said the debate is at CNN.
No need to, Longbeard. No need to.
No audience.
Just get me a buzzball strawberry pineapple.
For two. And I see they didn't want to do the debate.
Love you guys. Like family over here. We love you back, Matthew.
Then I guess we'll do it here too, right? We'll accept anything because otherwise she's not going to debate.
What's up, Flinner?
But they said, see,
go Birds.
And no audience, and we want to have
I
you
hear
sit
you.
down. I objected to that. They wanted us sitting behind the desk. I said, give me a break. We have to at least stand for the American public. Wouldn't that be nice? So that was the only thing. And I would have done it if they had.
What's up, Flinner?
No, I would have
God
said
bless
that
you.
if they
How's your
had
mom?
said, but I thought it was sort of.
Going to see my mom Wednesday
But I
night.
had Dana Bash and I had Fake Tapper. But I have.
I'll be in Pennsylvania, guys.
Fair. I really thought they were very fair. So, Jake.
Yeah, we're here for you, Matthew.
Nobody knows how to say her first name. Is it Dana or Dana? Nobody knows. It's been going on for 20 years.
I hear you, Renee.
Is it Dana or Dana? And now the fake news will say,
Renee Strickland.
I didn't know how to pronounce it.
I hear you loud and clear.
But look, but Dana and Jake, I used to call him Fake Tapper. Now I call him Jake Tapper because he treated us very fairly, and so did Dana. Treated me very fairly. I think it was, just about neutral. But he kept saying, he gave very short answers.
Yeah, what is it? 3-0,
Really
Flinner?
good.
3-0 still?
And I kept saying, I'll take it. But what happened, sir, you have 92 seconds left.
Chris Reed, I hear you.
Right, David? They said, you have 92 seconds.
I hear you, Chris.
Next senator.
God bless you.
David, I hope you can vote for him. I hope you vote for him.
God bless you, Chris.
I hope you vote for him. He's a great gentleman, great hero, actually, in many ways. He's a great guy. But so they gave me this thing, and they assumed I was going to turn it down. So I have the wrong network. I have the wrong anchors. I have no audience. I like an audience. I love people, It's oftentimes a mistake. Everything was wrong. So what we'll do is we'll offer him this thing that he can't accept. He won't accept it. And then we'll say, Trump didn't accept
I hear you,
the
Renee.
debate. He's afraid to negotiate against Biden because Biden's so sharp. He's so sharp. He's sharp like a razor.
Long beard. Mahomes puts 13.
I said, I'll take it.
He sucks, Mahomes.
I'll take it. And people said,
Thanks for the update,
crazy. I
Leonard.
said, look, it's the only way you're going to debate. If we do anything else, they're not going to accept it. And these people are the same way. They offered me, we were supposed to have Fox on September 4th. And they said, no, I accepted it. I don't even know what's going to happen because I've accepted it. They haven't. So maybe they show up, maybe they don't. But I think it's sort of on for September 4th, but I don't think they're going to come.
September 10th.
And then we go and
ABC.
we do the debate with ABC.
ABC.
Again, I call it ABC fake news.
ABC fake news.
They're so bad. They're so dishonest.
3 days before my birthday.
On the East Coast, I'm John Scott. This is a special 2-hour edition of the Fox Report. Let's get back now to former President Donald Trump speaking at his rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
CBS is horrible. They're all horrible. These are horrible.
September
human
10th.
beings. But who treats me the worst? ABC fake news treats me the worst. And that's where they want it. Where
3 days before my birthday.
it just came out the other day. Nobody told anybody about this. Is the head of the whole deal, right? But I'll probably say I'll take it because you know what? They're not gonna do a debate. But just remember, these are phony, fake, disgusting people that hate our country. Remember that. And also remember that every attack that we make on
It's going to be a good debate.
Kamala is
Salsa
something
dancing.
that she said on tape or something that she's actually done. All of these attacks Or
28,
because she said
Flinner.
all
28,
She
Flinner.
said, I don't want fracking in Pennsylvania. She said it hundreds of times.
No fracking in Pennsylvania. 28. 28 years old.
The polls are showing that she's getting clobbered. Well, actually, nobody actually thought they were politically correct. They wanted to be politically correct because
You tell me
wanted
something, sir. I also heard
11 different people.
somewhere.
And they put her name in to be number 12, and they had a vote.
Yes.
She came
They're going to
in
have
last,
a,
so she picked somebody.
you heard right.
Think of it.
Chris, you heard
How
right.
She picked. How bad is he?
homeless camps, each city and state, with psychiatrists and doctors and personal trainers, nutritionists, and get those back, the people back to their families. Yes. They're going to do it.
In a state that I love, but a state that has
J.D. Vance. I was going to say Pence.
Because it's a corrupt state. But the people are not corrupt. The people are great. Since
I will, Flanner. Tomorrow's our birthday.
Hasn't been one. Think of that. And I thought we won it twice.
What's up, Bob Barker?
Minnesota.
A good show on TV on ABC for years, right, Bob Barker? My wife is feeling a little bad today. She had that COVID. Now she's negative, but she's not doing real good. But thanks for asking.
And she turned down your government.
Video Power 247.
I know some of you probably like
I'll be there next week.
I don't think
Video
he's a
Power
good person.
247.
I don't think
Bob Barker's in the house. Good
I
man.
don't think he's good.
Entertaining.
But they turned him down because he's Jewish, okay? That's why they turned him down. Now,
Yeah, that's true. That's why they turned him down,
and not say
because
that.
he's Jewish.
I could say, well, they turned him down for various reasons. No. They turned him down because he's Jewish.
Thanks for the
That's why
prayers.
they turned him down.
Appreciate it, Matthew. Yeah, she's
And I'll
she's
tell
out
you
of breath
this,
today, so I'm a little
any
concerned. I'm
Jewish
waiting for her to come home.
That votes for her or a Democrat has to go out and have their head examined. Because if you see
Yes, Harris' husband's
in
Jewish.
Israel and Jewish people right now,
They shut down the highway for Trump. May God bless them.
there has never been a
Wife is
more
not
dangerous
feeling
time
good. The
since
COVID really
the
nailed her.
Holocaust.
She's negative now,
If
but
you happen to be Jewish in America, there's never been anything like it. I'm seeing things I can't even believe it. And we want to bring about unity and peace and everything else. It looks like
Dr.
the,
Fauci should be
it looks like they're
investigated.
gonna have nothing but riots out
Dr.
there.
Fauci's Noah Tang
It's,
belongs in prison.
It's really a sad thing,
Belongs in
but
prison.
They turned him down for that
Killed many
reason, and
people.
They turned him down for a couple of other reasons.
He
too,
knew
but
about the
primary
lab.
reason was that he's Jewish. And you don't think I know what goes on in their campaign? I know it well.
Richard, what's up, Richard?
She's a nation.
I'm going there on Wednesday night, Richard. Wednesday night, I'll be there on Thursday. I'll be in Philly.
She is
Friday, South Jersey. Saturday, South Jersey. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'll be in Lancaster.
You cannot have her as your president.
I'll be in Lancaster.
She ruled San Francisco. She ruled the state of California. Now she was a district attorney. And
Thank you, Video Power 247. Good channel. Salute. We help out the homeless on here.
I'm just saying.
We help out the homeless. We got a good group on here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really smart. I don't ramble. But the other day, anytime I hit too hard, they say he was rambling. Rambling. You know, I get up and I make a speech. I go for sometimes 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because, you know, people are waiting outside for 3 days, 4 days. You guys were waiting out there for a long time. Front row Joes are waiting out. I don't know how you guys do it. And I feel I have an obligation to.
Yeah, Lori, I'm going to email you later.
In
Maybe
a certain way.
maybe
Speak a
a
little
cup of
bit
coffee
more,
or
you
something.
know,
I'll be near the
how
Amish
get-
country.
A guy's waiting with his family for 3.5, 4 days. They have a tent. And
Susan, how are you,
they have
Susan?
hundreds of them.
Fontaine, how
And
are
then-
you?
and then
Like
I
the name.
Speak for 15 minutes.
Flying,
a day.
Flinner.
I don't know, somehow
Detroit.
would that be okay in
Flying.
Carolina? I don't think so, right? They want me to speak all day. You know, when I leave, I did one 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm leaving, and they're speaking.
Yeah, I hear
also
you,
more.
Longbeard.
I said, I said, I can't speak more. What
But
the
try to
hell
get to the
else am I gonna
Amish
say?
country.
Our
Welcome
country-
in, Harris 24. Everybody's welcome on
That's
here.
all I can
Just
say.
be
We're a
respectful.
nation in decline. You know, we were talking
All right,
about-
Adam, maybe you'll have a cup of coffee. I'll be in that area camping.
So much, right?
I'll be camping with my uncle somewhere out there. I don't know.
Closing, we are a nation in decline. We are a failed.
I'm going to try to get
And I think
some
it's
of
a
my
beautiful
boys over there to help out the
topic
homeless people
very
in
much.
Philly.
I don't
In
like what it
Philly.
represents, but
Wish I knew ahead, Sal.
All of a sudden, all of these candidates, including Republicans,
Maria's in the house.
are saying we are a nation.
Sorry I'm late.
We
Just
are
saw
a
it.
nation.
Yes.
And I say,
Thank you, Maria.
What the hell do they have to copy me for?
Never got the jab here either.
Words that they copied. Many of our words, we were in the plane before coming in, and our people said,
Richard, I'd like to get together. 3-hour drive from my home. That'd be nice.
So many of our phrases they copy. I should be.
Vance is pretty out of touch, according to Fabian. Says he called child tax credit, yet he skipped the vote.
Has said a lot of things.
Welcome in,
And one of the
everybody.
things he's arguing about is who's more liberal.
All right, Susan, thanks for joining. Like and subscribe on the way in and out, guys. I appreciate it.
People say, be nice. Have you heard?
Be nice, like he says. Like and subscribe. It's free. May God bless it.
That is the laugh of a crazy. It's the laugh of a lunatic.
Long Beard says hello, Maria.
You know, they prohibited her. They prohibited her for laughing. I've been waiting for her to laugh because as soon as she laughs, the election's over. But we're winning by a lot in Pennsylvania. I think the fracking got her. The fracking.
I hear you, Bob Barker. I'm with you, Bob Barker.
Who the hell laughs at an interview like that? You know, I'm interviewed all the time. I may smile. I mean, they're asking you questions about things that it's not like a comedy club. And she'd break out. That's one of the reasons she refuses to do interviews, I think, because she laughs. It's so horrible.
He's not winning by a lot in Pennsylvania. I'm a big Trump fan, but he's not winning by a lot.
Like in 30 days or something like that. And I do one every day. If I pass, I just did one backstage. With a very good reporter. But you're supposed to, don't you sort of have an obligation? You know, you're running. They're going to try, this is her form of the basement. Now, the basement for him was good because, you know, they had COVID. They didn't want him to catch COVID. He ended up catching it anyway. But, you know, it's a very dishonest, the whole system is very dishonest. But she should be at least talking to the press. She doesn't.
Two Hearts, how are you?
But she's prohibited from laughing. They said, your laugh is horrible.
God bless you, Renata.
So she's walking around with her mouth like almost sealed shut. She won't laugh. I want her to laugh.
Maria says, hello, Richard. How are you today?
Extreme victory. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much. But we have a little video that we just put up. Would you like to see it? Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously.
As President of the United States, I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a green deal.
I hope so,
There's
Richard.
no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of it.
But would you support changing the dietary guidelines?
Yes.
You know, the food pyramid. What would people
Yes.
to reduce red meat specifically?
Yes, I would.
$20 donation to the homeless channel. I'll get you a mega cap, Apple.
For undocumented immigrants.
Goes to the homeless. 97% of it.
This whole
God bless you,
right
Renata.
We need to take a look at these budgets.
Harris asserted that ICE is perceived as the modern-day Ku Klux Klan.
Are you aware that there's a perception? Are you aware that there's a
So Donald Trump campaigning in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, playing right now a video of clips of the vice president, things that she has said, which Donald Trump and the Trump campaign disagree with. For more on all of this, let's bring in Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Scott Perry. He is on the House Oversight, Foreign Affairs, and
Let's see what this guy's got to say.
committees. Kamala Harris has tightened up the race significantly since she became the presumptive Democratic nominee. Where do you think Pennsylvania goes at the end of the day?
Well, Pennsylvania's always going to have to be fought after. It's never easy in Pennsylvania. But I will say this, if you're willing to, as the vice president is, to go out and abjectly lie about your opponent's record or what might be done in the future, it's going to make it tougher for all the rest of us, right? Because other than maybe Fox and a couple of...
He got up. This is a peaceful rally. This is a rally of love. Behind him, the entire city was burning. It looked like World War II, right? And by the way, speaking of World
I hear you,
War II,
Longbeard.
she will bring us into World War III, and it'll be a war. That'll be a war like never before because of the weaponry. No more army tanks.
Thank you, Flinner. I appreciate your help there. Anyone new, please read the comment rule.
And we left a lot of that in a place called Afghanistan.
Gretchen, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
We left it in the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. We left billions of dollars, 13 great soldiers killed. Think of it. Left many hostages. Many people have been left behind. But think of what happened there. We got out in disgrace. We should have gotten out with strength. I was getting out. We would have been out even sooner, but strength, dignity. We would have kept Bagram, the big air base. You know who occupies Bagram right now? China. Because it was 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear
That's a nice hat.
weapons. Not because of Afghanistan, but because of China. But China occupies it right now.
Lots of fuzz.
Thank you very much, President Xi. Enjoy our billions of dollars of construction that took place years ago.
Gotta watch a little football, Flinner.
Years ago.
Gonna watch a little football, smoke a cigar, be live tonight, 6:30 for about an hour and a half. Tomorrow's the wife's birthday, so I gotta keep it calm.
The stupidity of the people that have run our country, but we did things the opposite way. We were very smart. We were very
Susu, how are you?
respected country. They respected your
I hear you, Fabian. Oh,
elected leaders.
preseason
But
football, I'm
remember
ready.
this.
Gotta get in my fantasy football
Viktor
league.
Orban of Hungary, Prime Minister of Hungary, they asked him.
I'm ready.
Recently, they said, "What's going on? The world is coming to an end." He said, "If you want to stop it,
Mike and Diane, appreciate it.
the United States."
Have a good day. May God bless you and your family.
Because when he was there,
Take it slow.
we didn't have.
What's up, Alex?
Russia wouldn't have happened. With
Good to see you in here.
Israel.
Thank you,
wouldn't have
Mods,
been attacked
for
on
being on
October
top.
7th. Never. You know, Iran was broke. Iran was broke. They had no
Thank you,
money.
Matthew.
I told China, you buy oil from them, you can't deal with us. I told that to many countries, anybody that dealt there, so they didn't buy oil. Oil's the whole thing, the big deal. And they were broke. Now they have $300 billion.
Susu, how are you? Good to see you in
They
here
have
for supporting the
$300
station.
billion now. They have plenty of money. We're run by stupid people, and we have to change it, or we're not going to have a country left. We're not going to have. We didn't let countries take advantage of us. France was going to charge.
Two Hearts.
corporations.
By the way, Two Hearts is now part of the members.
David is
Congratulations.
familiar with what happened. And I went to my people. I said, "Tell
Alabama.
them
Shout out to Alabama.
our companies.
I'll be in Alabama soon, maybe
So they can
November.
employ people. It's sort of
Maybe November.
I didn't even like a lot of the companies that they were dealing with. I should have said, "Oh, great, let them charge." What the hell?
Welcome in the chat, Ronnie.
But
He
they're
says Trump for
American
prison.
companies. And I said to
He's gonna from
Emmanuel,
2024 to
I said,
2044.
"Tell them, because my people failed to.
Guys, we're live tonight, 6:30. 6:30 tonight.
They came to see me. Good people, smart people, very smart people. Secretary of Treasury, smart guy, Mnuchin, others. They came back to see me. Sir, we're not able to make a deal. They're going to charge our companies a tax. I said, no, they're not going to do it. You don't understand. They're not going to do it. Come back and see me. You have one more day. They came back. Sir, they won't do it. They've already passed it in their so-called legislature. We're not going to do it.
Oh, I'm so ready, Flinner.
Sir.
Flinner, we got to get together. We'll have some buzz balls, some sauces and peppers.
I got him on the phone. Emmanuel, how
I'm
are
ready
you?
for football. Fantasy football league, the whole 9 yards.
It's so nice to speak to you. It's beautiful. I wish I had his accent. I would have been president 20 years ago. But I said, Emmanuel, I understand you're charging our companies a lot of money. Oh, well, you know, this has been in the works for many years, Donald. And yes, it is done. It is really done. There's nothing we can do about it. I said, okay, good. Emmanuel, here's the story. If you don't get...
Thank you, Bob Barker.
Within 24
I appreciate
hours,
it.
Starting on Monday morning, it was a Friday, I'm going to charge
Appreciate
every
it.
bottle of wine and champagne that you send into our country. I'm going to charge you a tariff of 100% on every bottle. And you will not be sending any bottles of champagne.
He's just...
And he said, Donald, that is not fair. That is not fair. I said, no. it's not fair for you to be charging American companies to do business in your country.
Bob Barker, thank you for joining. Yes, a homeless channel. Any donations, about 97, 98% goes to the homeless. A little bit goes to my wife. We make sausages, peppers, empanadas, sandwiches, this, that, whatever. We also give out hats. This hat is already,
For the American company.
we have all bunch of stuff here. So for any donations, my wife gives out some stuff. We got some beer holders, flags, stuff like that. Any super chats? A member's only $1.99. You're helping out.
In the Middle East with a couple of telephone calls properly played.
Maria, you like that, Maria? Maria, look at this. Huh?
Horrible, horrible, horrible. We have people that are. They
God bless you, Flinner. God bless you. 1 hour at a time.
Don't use bad language. Please don't call people stupid. They're stupid people.
$50 for that bell pepper.
I want to use a different word, highly, more sophisticated
1 hour at a time.
word than stupid. But there's no word, it's a perfect word. They're stupid people. I think they're also, by the way, if I might, they're also corrupt.
Fabian gives you a thumbs up.
They get a lot of money.
Chris Reed, thank you very much for the super chat.
We're not
Appreciate it.
this socialist,
Helping out the
which is
homeless.
a socialist lunatic.
Good man. Good man, Chris Reed. Thank you.
Please don't call her a lunatic. I said, but that's what she is. She's a lunatic. She's a lunatic. She's going to destroy our country. And she's going to break our economy even more than it's broken. We have a broken economy. Our supply chain is gone.
Susu says thank you, Chris.
I don't know how many of you are in
Yeah,
business.
bell pepper.
If you're ordering as
My
a
wife makes it.
personal order, the order doesn't come. The
Doesn't that look
supply
good?
chain is broken.
A little rice.
Whoever thought of it? We never even talked about supply chain. Supply chain just worked.
Bob Barker, thank you. Appreciate it.
Our supply chain. On election day, we're going to tell her that we've had enough. We said,
Thank you, Bob Barker.
you were a horrible vice president.
Thank you for what you're doing. I think everybody needs to do more like you. They are, Bob Barker. A lot of people are.
You're fired.
You're fired. Thank you, Maria, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. And earlier, too, Maria.
Not going to take it anymore.
Earlier, too, on the video. Thank you. May God bless you, Maria, you and your family. You're fired. USA.
We're not going to take it anymore. We have a country to save. And how about the fake news? Oh, look at them all back here. Look at all those. Look at all those cameras. Wow. Look at all those cameras, all those fake writers. Look at them.
USA, baby.
I mean, Time Magazine. Think of this. Time Magazine doesn't have.
Yeah, I hear you, Matthew. Matthew, sorry, excuse me. I hear you.
Drawing her.
He's got to stick with the issues.
And I said, is that
King Donald Trump, but he needs to stick with the issues. Economy,
who might that
the borders and crime. Stick with it.
Is that Elizabeth Taylor?
He needs to stick with it.
Who is it?
Calm down.
Oh, drawing. It's a drawing. They took a lot of pictures. It didn't work out, so they hired a sketch artist. I said, I'm sure, oh, they must be celebrating the great life and times of the magnificent.
Yeah, Fabian's got a point. Fabian's got a point.
Sophia Loren. And you're allowed
Yeah, thanks, Lori. All views are welcome, guys. But be a little respectful. Just a little, please. Thank you.
It's been beautiful because that'll be the end of your political career. Please. I want to make your life much easier, David. By the way, he's also got a great wife, I have to say. He's got a great wife. But you know, I mean, I read a so-called Republican who Ronald Reagan didn't like, by the way, and she didn't like him, but she got credit for being this Reagan speechwriter. Highly overrated. I don't know anything about her. I don't know her. Treats me badly, but that's okay. She called it wrong. She's called it wrong now for about 8 years. But she said one thing that got me. She said Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. I'm a better looking person.
Richard, thank you.
No, I couldn't believe it.
Richard, thank you. Appreciate you. May God bless you. Thank you.
Great scams.
Are we good? Are we good?
We got it approved.
Are we good?
Name inflation reduction, because inflation under there
Still mute.
has been so bad. It's gone up much more than 50%.
You can hear me? What I was saying is, when he talks about his looks and it's entertaining, I like it. Most of Mega like it. He needs to stop that. He needs to stick with the economy and the borders and the crime. He needs to stop that stuff. It's entertaining, but he has to speak to people who are watching for the first time, and he needs to get the RFK votes, the moderate Democrat vote. In my opinion, if he stays off the issues, it can hurt him. He's his worst nightmare, and he could possibly lose this election when I heard him coming out and talking. We got to be careful. I don't know who's not, why he's getting off it a little bit.
She made a statement.
Sorry about the mute, guys. Sorry.
That from her time in office, essentially, prices have gone up by 50%. Something. I said, did she just say that? I said that speechwriter is going to be fired. In fact, we took that section and we actually made it.
Because see, he's speaking like he's speaking to the MAGA. You're not speaking to us. We got you, Trump, unless you do something terrible. You're speaking to the people that are, I think I want you, Trump. So.
They have never worked.
Yeah, my Uncle Greg agrees with me.
Many times before.
My Uncle Greg. Uncle Greg, you on here? He runs a Republican. He agrees with me.
Oftentimes, many countries, and in every single event, it ruined those countries.
Thank you, Two Hearts.
It's what
he needs to speak more about the issues, like Maria says.
It's what her father taught her from a young girl growing up. She's promising to hand out things she can't deliver. She can never deliver.
My wife gets it. She has her contacts. She gets it from.
To give away student debt. Remember, she wanted to pay. How did that work out?
She gets her. We got a bunch of stuff coming in, guys.
Student debt, but he got rejected.
Got stuff all over the place.
And this will be rejected
Hats.
even more so, because what they're doing is a communist takeover of our country. The plan is very dangerous because it may sound good politically. That's the problem.
Flags. We even got a Biden flag. So my wife has a big heart, and we have a lot of people who are Democrats who support this channel.
Free healthcare. We're going to give you everything. Universal.
He can't control his ego. He has to.
I told my people, you got to be very careful. I told them.
Flinner says he's already won.
You have to be very careful. She's giving all this away, and somebody that.
Flinner, I love you, man, but I kind of disagree. It's like a football game. I keep saying it. 42-10, and that lead is shrinking. You got to be careful. You cannot take anything from granted. You got to be very careful. Stick with the issues. You win.
But you know what?
That's my opinion.
Because
maybe I'm wrong.
She's going to give away things that she'll never be able to get approved. She wants to increase the number of justices on the United States Supreme Court to 27. 27. I used to hear she was going up to 11.
That's a nice shirt.
And then I heard it was 13, but then they said that's an unlucky number, so they went to 15. Yesterday.
That's not an unlucky number. It's my birthday.
We'll have to rebuild the entire Supreme Court because.
John says, greetings, Fabian. How are you today?
By the way, how courageous were our.
Flinner, yeah, I mean, no harm. It's just my opinion, man. It's like I used to box. It's not over. I got knocked out, and I thought I had it. You got to keep going. Just get off the issues a little bit's okay, but to get off it totally like he's doing now, Nah, you can't do it. You can't do it. You got to be very careful. You're not speaking to me and you, Flinner. We like it. You're speaking to moderate Democrats, RFK people, and some Republicans. That's my opinion.
Against, and you know, the radical left plays the ref. You know the great Bobby Knight
Aloha.
supported me. He used to fight with the referees all the time. Scream at him, Bobby, please don't do that. It's not going to work. He said, you're right. It's not going to work.
See, right now he's okay.
The next one, and the next call, there'd be a flagrant foul, and they wouldn't call it. They didn't want to get screamed at. The radical.
What's up, Mike? Good to see you.
Harasses our judges and harasses our justices. They scream at him. They call him names.
Thank you, Lori. Yes, hit the like. It's free. If you haven't become, if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Come on in. We got good people in here.
And you know what?
Got a good bunch in here. We got a little bit of this, that, whatever. We have good people in here.
They've been very strong. It's really.
Thank you, Lori.
I believe it's illegal.
Trump needs to focus more.
And it's a.
Yeah.
It's a. And just, I'm trying to give you things that you've never heard before.
Exactly, Richard.
I believe they are playing the ref. They're constantly.
Ellen, how are you? Welcome in the chat.
Some of our greatest.
New York City, what's going on? Got to stick with the issues. Both of them. Both of them. Kamala does too.
They weaponized our system.
Mr. D, I hear you. Thank you.
It's ever happened. And they said,
Mr. D, appreciate it. Thank you.
Florida. And we had a very brilliant.
Yeah, Maria, I wish I could say you're wrong. He started off okay.
And very brilliant judge who took tremendous.
He started off okay.
Would have been so easy for her to just rule against him.
Thank you, Matthew.
But she didn't.
Appreciate
She
it.
ruled first.
Mini-Me, I love the hearts. Keep them coming, Mini-Me. Thank you.
And
John, yes, we're getting to 10,000. Let's get to 10,000 tonight, guys. 10,000 while drink some champagne. What's up, John? Good to see you on here. God bless you and your family. We got to get to 10,000 subscribers with your help. Let's go, guys. Let's get it tonight.
What they do with judges and justices, they're playing the ref no different than Bobby Knight, and he was great. He endorsed me, and Indiana was mine.
That's a nice shirt. Look at that.
To go undefeated. I guess he was like 38-0. For some reason, they've never had another college team since then. That was
he has that ego.
He came out in favor of Donald Trump, and it was a big thing.
He doesn't need to change the ego, Leonard. You don't. Nobody should change who you are. But if you support him and you want this nation to do better, and we're all not homeless, then you need to go down on ego. And just my opinion, you get the votes.
And say we're going to impeach him, we're going to take him out of office.
But yeah, you need an ego. But just stay with the issues and don't get off. Come down just a bit. Just a bit.
Courthouse, Supreme Court, and talk about Kavanaugh. We're going to get you, Kavanaugh.
Yeah, we got it, Mini-Me.
Whatever the hell he said. If a mobster said that, they'd be put in jail immediately.
Yeah, ooh.
Frankly, should have been put in
That's
jail.
true.
Or certainly spoken to very strongly.
That's true.
He got lucky. He had a couple of guys.
Maybe we'll see everyone later.
And I understand that also. But he got lucky.
Richard, have a good afternoon. Be safe. Hopefully we'll see you later. Thanks for the super chat, Richard. Janine says, hello, Flinner. How are you?
At the hands of the radical left lunatics. And I really admire them for being, because you know what? All they have to do to end it is rule against me or whatever it is. If they say, Trump, you're guilty. Oh, now all of a sudden they say...
Connie, how are you, Connie?
But they can't do
How you doing, Connie?
These people have weaponized...
Richard, have a great afternoon. See you later.
Including...
We need people scared of us before. I hear you, Longbeard.
And Fani, Fani spelled F-A-N-I.
Yeah, I hear you,
Her
Longbeard.
name is Fani, F-A-N-I. I don't figure it. She put a little French accent on the word with her lover Wade, right? Lover Wade, we call him, lover boy Wade. She hired and paid him almost $1 million because of his great knowledge of the law. He never did it before. With us today is Daniel Capos, a pilot in Venezuela who now lives in Pennsylvania. Great gentleman. Daniel came to tell us what you think of Kamala Harris leading our country into
I hear you, Susu. I hear you.
led into socialism, but the socialism will be short-lived.
Good point, Susu. That's a good point.
If you would have told me, and if you remember many times during State of the Union, I would say, we will never
Yeah, because see here,
have a socialist country.
and then, you know, it's all different. See, now look at it now.
Because we're really
We laugh on here, guys.
socialism. We're going
Mr.
to
D,
communism.
God bless us all. God bless America, Mr. D. God bless you and your family, Mr. D.
That's what they do in South American horror shows. That's what they do.
And, Fabian says it's not helping him win over the independent voters,
I
Sal.
believe ours is even more corrupt. The New York court
I like
system,
this shirt right here, guys.
They use the state and the city to go after me. They take top people in the Department of Justice.
Let's go, Trump. I hear you. Good times.
James, she campaigned.
It was a good show on TV, by the way, but I hear you.
They then go there, and then they go into the Manhattan DA's office. They use Hillary Clinton's lawyer and the Democrats' law firm.
That's horrible, Flinner. That's something I want to address tonight. It's funny. Flinner, it's funny you brought that up. I was going to discuss that a little bit
And
tonight.
he writes a book. This guy writes a book before the thing even went anywhere. And in the book, he said, I do it for free. It's so great. These are corrupt people.
Let's see.
And we have to call them out. So remember the term, playing the ref with our judges and our justices should be punishable by very serious fines. And
Now, that's well said.
but
That's
I'd like to ask, because we're into that whole system, and I'd like to call up Daniel. Please come up and tell us about your experience in living in a country that went very, very
Layla, welcome in the chat.
and the experience has not been good. Please come up.
Independent voters are struggling in this economy. Susu, you're exactly right, Susu. Let's hear this guy.
All right. First of all, hi everybody. Thank you for coming here and supporting the president.
Make sure we like and subscribe, guys. In and out, appreciate it. Helps the homeless out here on this channel.
First part of the speech, well, of my story in English, then I'm gonna repeat it in Spanish in order to
Thank you.
allow our Latino voters to understand and hear
Thank you, Lori.
the situation is going on. First of all, as the president already said, I'm from Venezuela. I left the country in 2007 because of communism. I still have family there.
God bless you.
There's been family that left that has left even before me or continues living little by little.
Good afternoon, Johnny. How are you?
My grandparents from my mom's side were from Cuba. They were at university when the communist revolution was going on, and they ended up living.
Mimi, how are you, Mimi? I hear you. I like the heart.
Wedding present, and they were living in a mid-house, going to school and trying to move ahead. My granddad ended up becoming a doctor and had a family raising 3 children, my mom and my 2 uncles. When in the early 1990s, Chavez did a military coup, and right after he ran for president, my granddad saw the similarities to what was happening in Cuba, and he told everybody that would listen to him.
Me too.
He was coming, and everybody was
Me
like,
too.
"Ah, this is
Mimi.
Venezuela, this is not Cuba, this will never happen to us." And guess what?
Listen to this guy. Listen to
And
this
has been
guy.
happening to other Latin American countries as well. So when they tell you here, it will never happen, that's not true. We lived it, now here we are. So in 2007, we ended up leaving because the socialists and the government started changing the education system to make it more like the Cuban education system. It might sound ring a bell to what's going on here as well. So it's extremely important for everybody to keep this in mind. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna switch to Spanish for our Latino speakers.
Hold on, Mimi. Any kind of super chat, members only for $1.99 helps this channel. About 97% goes to the homeless. We give out some stuff here. We give out hats and flags. All these are flags in here. This kind of stuff. Hats. Bell peppers.
poco de dinero, salieron adelante y mi abuelo se convirtió en doctor y crió a mi madre y a mis dos tíos.
Maria, I'll see you back in a little bit. Thank you. Thanks, Two Hearts. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Golpe de Estado. Y después corrió por presidente. Mi abuelo trató de advertir a todo el mundo que esto era exactamente como Cuba.
But you can also, Mimi, you can also just help by liking and subscribing. That's free. We appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to the families.
Tienen que recordar que si pasó en un lugar, puede pasar aquí también. No crean que porque Estados Unidos, gran economía, no puede pasar. Puede pasar y vamos encaminados. Al menos que tomemos un paso diferente. Y yo por eso pienso que Trump es la mejor persona para hacerlo. Going back in English, that we are going on a path that is taking us to what Venezuela became. And the only way right now that we can avoid keep going down that path is making Trump president again.
Yeah, we got a lot of different views on here. Maybe Democrats, Independents, Republicans. At the end of the day, we're a family here. We help out the homeless as much as we can. Tom, hopefully I see you tonight. Well, you have a great day. God bless you. If we don't see you, Tom, have a good night.
All right. Next politician. What office is he going to run for? I think we're going to endorse him so fast. Thank you very much. No, it's such a problem. Because, it's a very dangerous situation. She's giving everybody free everything. It's never going to happen. Remember, the college debt, the student debt they were going to give, it never happened. It was just all talk. Then he said after getting totally rejected, he came up with another plan, which is even dumber. But what happens is they talk. These things will never happen, but it's very dangerous because politically, maybe somebody says, oh, that's great, that's great. It's the end of our country. We can't do it. We can't do it. So
I put a video out, guys. I just put a video out. I said end of times if we don't change. I mean, we're 1-2 checks away from all of us being in some trouble, homeless.
Bob Casey. I've been in Washington for a long time. I mean, I barely met the guy. Most of these guys I get to meet in one form or another, for better or worse. I hardly know this guy. I never really remember meeting him. He obviously created a great impression, but he's not a hard worker. He's cruising on his father's past.
Thanks, Fabian. Yeah, thanks, Mods.
I think I knew the father better than I knew the son. But Bob Casey voted for every bill that.
You know what? Good time. I think what happens is people get hypnotized.
They
It's
call
not.
it decades, but I
It's a
believe it's the
shame.
history of our
But
country because they're not.
I don't know. We walk down to the aisle of the supermarket, go get some gas, car insurance. We're all struggling. I don't know. Good point, good time.
We had it down to 2 and 2.4, 2.5%, and now you can't get the money at 10%. They don't have any money.
Exactly,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Open borders and the war on Pennsylvania energy. Bob Casey voted against all of this stuff. Against
Fabian
your
says
state,
corporate
but
greed.
because,
It's a little bit of everything.
Jobs, you're not watching Bob Casey. That's why you need to fire Bob Casey, and you have to elect a man named David.
Fire! You're fired! Fired!
Dave is strong on borders, great on taxes. He wants to reduce your taxes. All my life, I've been involved, usually from the other side. It's called writing checks. But I've been involved.
Thanks,
I've made
Mike.
lots of contributions
Mike,
to
thank you.
politicians all my life. And politicians always talk about, we will lower your taxes. That's all they talked about is lowering taxes. This is the only group I've ever seen where they say, we are going to increase your taxes. I've never heard of it before. And by 4 times. I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And bigger than the Reagan tax cuts. And they expire in a few months, and they want to not renew them. If that's the case, you're going to pay 4 times the tax that you're paying right now.
Exactly. He's right. 100%, guys. He's right.
The Green New Scam. You know what the Green New Scam is? The oceans will rise 1/8 of an inch over the next 400 years. But they don't talk about a madman that's building nuclear missiles right now. That's your real global warming. It's not this. Your global warming is...
Bob Barker, I hear you.
Global warming is going to be nuclear weapons. Nobody
I hear
talks
you.
about
Great
that. They
point.
don't ever mention it, but they talk about an ocean that's rising, which will give you slightly more beachfront property if it happens. Now think of it. But they don't talk about somebody that's got very evil intentions. Look at Iran. I stopped them from building a nuclear weapon.
He did.
But this guy
Sorry,
is gonna
Mike.
give it up. He's going to give it up. So
He did.
David McCormick, and I've known him for a long time. He's an amazing man.
That's good
Tremendous
time. Yeah, that needs to be.
education, tremendous.
It needs to be about $1.80. Good time. $1.80.
Strong guy, and he
$1.80.
loves the state. I really hope you give him a chance. It's not easy, and I was just talking to him. You know, a guy's been in office for years. He's done nothing. He's done nothing.
I hear you,
In that way,
Dusty.
It's good, but in another way, it's tough because you know you've seen his name a little bit. You don't even see his name. Most people don't even know. If you ask who are the senators, they may choose the one that didn't do so well in a debate, but won. Right? He didn't do too well in a debate. I wonder who did worse in the debate, Biden or him. I think.
Thank you, Lori.
Biden did. I think actually. He's made more sense than a lot of other people over the last few months, in all fairness. He actually has. I commend him on that. But
Mods, good
nobody
job.
knows about
Thank you
AC.
so much.
Nobody knows about him, even though he's been there for years. His father was there for years. I just want to ask, it's very important because we want to turn our country around. We need to get great representation, even beyond the presidency. And this is a dead seat. It's a seat that voted with this group of people, Barack Hussein Obama and Biden.
Dusty, I hear you.
And her, because she was a part of it. You know, she's now trying to claim that she has nothing to do
Welcome in,
with
Dusty.
nothing to do
Appreciate
with
it.
the administration. They put him on. Now, maybe they change it, because I said this a couple of days ago. Usually when
Costs
I
me
say something,
110.
they immediately change it, so I can't say
Long
that.
beer, 110.
But they gave him speaking on Monday night. Now, maybe have they changed it? I don't think so. Monday night is considered on a convention death.
Death. Black night.
Rally.
Monday's no good.
Because people aren't watching Monday night. So they deposed.
Monday's no good.
A coup of a president. This
It's
was
dark.
a coup. Nancy Pelosi, crazy Nancy. She's crazy as a bedbug. Crazy Nancy went in
That Nancy Pelosi?
and laid it out.
She's no
She
Italian.
never thought he was good. Because she's smart, cunning, nasty, mean. But she's crazy. And she went in.
Gave
and
me
she said,
focus and energy.
"You're getting out." And he said, "No, I'm not. Only God will get me out." Right? Isn't that what he said? Only God. And within about 24 hours, he announced that he was going to get out. And he won it. He went through a primary system. She didn't. He beat her in the primary. She ran along with 22 people. She ran. She was the first one out.
Yeah.
Because she was no good. She was no good. And now she's running. And
Ah,
this is
two
not
hearts, I
what
feel
our
good.
country's all about.
Two
And
hearts.
He feels terrible.
There it
He's
is.
a very angry
Love
man. I
it.
watched him yesterday. He's a very angry man. I think he hates them more than he hates Donald Trump, and that's hard to believe. I really do. He's an angry man, and he should be an angry man. They walked in, and they stole the presidency of the United States from him. Now, I think he was a terrible president. I think he was the worst president in the history of our country. I think that Jimmy Carter is the happiest man on earth today. He's not
Good
a young
time.
man, because
Maria's back.
Carter's presidency
Welcome back,
was
Maria.
brilliant by comparison to this.
My
But she was
prayers.
a big part of it, and she's going to be an
Maria, my
Now
prayers.
she wants to give our whole country
Okay,
away.
let's get some super
And just
chats
as
for the
Daniel and
homeless.
others have said,
I'll match the highest
it's-
super
our
chat.
country's
Let's
gonna
go,
be-
let's go.
Our country's gonna
Let's
die.
go, let's do it.
And yet it's scary because she's given so much away. I mean, who's not going to vote to get some money for houses? It's never going to happen. It's trillions of dollars. Never going to happen. But who's going to vote? I mean, people will maybe vote for this. I said before, it may be good politics, but it's going to destroy our country. The Washington Post, one of the most evil print journalism. They've lost a lot of people over the last couple of years. It's nasty. They came out with an editorial excoriating her. Actually,
70s.
I spoke with Jeff.
Odd and even days, John, odd and even.
Almost
Gas,
the first
odd and
time
even
I
on the
was before.
70s.
And he was so complimentary on the way we handle the
Show your age on that.
horrible situation that took place recently. And I appreciated that, but we talked a little bit about the paper and their radical left paper. They excoriated her in today's
Let's get
editorial, excoriated her. And I give the Washington Post tremendous credit.
Mike,
I
appreciate
believe
it.
the
Thank
New York
you.
Times did or is
Mike,
about to
thank
do
you.
the same
Appreciate
thing.
it.
But when they're going after somebody because they're far, it's not even left.
Everyone looks so bored. I don't know, Fabian. Not this. Fabian, I think she's happy. Look at her.
So easy to say.
She doesn't look bored, does she?
We're going to put price controls on food. How did they do
I don't
that?
know.
We're gonna
What do you
say
think?
beans
What do you think in the
and
chat? Does
sauce
she look
and-
bored?
Doesn't work. And what happens is you end up with huge inflation and no product because you can't make it anymore because they lose money hand over
Odd or
hand.
even, Maria.
So it
Odd or
doesn't work,
even.
But it's scary because
Odd or even. Let's go to
sometimes
Hess.
people vote for it because it
Surprise
sounds good.
Beaver's back.
It sounds good, but it's
My dad
really
said, go to
bad.
the Go to Hess.
We're gonna
Gas is
give you
62. The
additional
Italians are not
tax
taxing
cuts.
it.
We made
Go to
our
that gas
country
station.
wealthy. We made our country better than it had ever been before.
She looks happy.
And we did it. We did it. We had, the big difference is
She
we
looks
had
happy.
a man serving for 3.5 years with her at his side. And we had us, and prior, we did a great job on COVID. Never got the credit. I got great credit for the economy.
she's back
first,
into it.
the fake news. I got
Look,
great
she's a
credit
cute
for the
girl.
economy, great credit for the
Fabian.
military.
She's a cute
We
young lady. Look at that.
defended this. We had no new wars.
I had a 72 Chevy Nova. Stick shift on the column. First, second, third.
With a new
Biden not Mike. That was Mike.
organization to put it mildly. First time since the
Stick
Air
shift on the
Force.
column, Maria.
Almost 8
350
years
Nova.
of
My father was pissed because it cost $10 to fill it.
Where we were languishing to China, falling way behind China and Russia, we took space and now we're dominating them. We put some incredible people in there. Space
Longbeard, that
Force
was a
is
good
so
one,
important.
though.
It'll end up being one of our truly important, already is. I mean,
Mike's
it's
on top of
coordinating
things.
with this, but we created Space Force. We did so many
70s.
things
Great
right to
music.
try,
Great
radically,
movies.
right
Good
to try.
time.
If you're
What about the
terminally
president
ill, you had no right to
at the
get
time?
medicine. Now you sign a document. They tried to get that for 58 years. 58 years they were unable to get it. I sat everybody down, the labs. the
I hear you,
doctors,
John.
The insurance companies.
Tiano. John, what's going on, brother?
Somebody's terminally
We hear
ill, they
you.
Take something, they die, and then the family sues them for killing the mother.
Sal,
and
we're
father,
getting drunk.
the sister,
Nobody
the
is
brother.
super chatting.
And I said, no.
All views are welcome, but be respectful. We got a couple super chats, Longbeard. Got a couple in here.
We
Got a couple.
for another 4 or 5 years. Are terminally ill.
Relax.
And we have saved
Tonight,
thousands
we're gonna have some
and
drinks.
thousands
10,000
and
subscribers.
thousands.
Do you hear that? Trump's coming in tonight.
So we did a lot, and we have a lot of other things planned. Oh, by the way, all of
I'll
that
tell- I'll
great
tell her,
work
Longbeard.
done. We had the greatest lab technicians, the greatest doctors, the greatest laboratories in the world. All of that under her system.
If Maribel's here now,
is wiped out.
show them the hats.
They're close to
Longbeard,
great
show
shows.
them the
I worked very
hats.
hard
Get
on
the
that. I
hats,
also worked
show
very
them. We
hard
gotta
on
get the hats
FDA,
out.
getting them to bring it down because it was going to take.
Somebody won this hat. Wait for his
years to get
address.
something approved. I got it down to 5. I want to get it to 1.
Ah.
Down to 2. But things have to happen.
My wife's good. Look at that.
Way down.
She got that when Biden was still before he handed the torch out.
That were considered terminally ill just a short while.
Flags.
One of the things I most like to right to try.
She got a lot of stuff.
In this room needs it. But if you do, you don't have to go to Asia. You don't have to go to Europe.
I don't know where all the other stuff's at. She's got a bunch of stuff.
That's what happens. Mostly people don't have any hope. They go home and die. Now you have right to try, and thousands of people are living right now that would not be living. We're also pleased to be joined by a very special man, a friend of mine who's been a warrior from day one, Dan Muser, Congressman Dan Muser.
Sudi Wave, how are you?
Mrs.
Longbeard,
Muser.
you're on. How fat is your wallet? Uh-oh.
What a great
Longbeard.
job. Thank you both for being here. It's really been, no, I'm telling
That's
you.
funny,
he's been
Sudi Wave.
Fantastic. A man who would defend me a lot on Fake news, CNN. A former
Two Hearts,
senator
there's more
from
stuff. I don't know where it's at.
Your state and was
There's more
your
stuff,
Commonwealth,
Two
who was
Hearts.
frankly,
All over the house.
A very talented man, very good on television. He spent most of his time defending
Baby.
Rick Santorum, former senator. Rick, thank you very much.
What's up, Michael?
I appreciate the defense. Thank you. Former Congressman Fred Keller. Fred, thank you very much, Fred.
Fabian, that was a good one. Sudi Wave, how are you?
Looks good.
That was a good one, too.
Pennsylvania Treasurer Stacy Garrity. Thank you, Stacy. Great job you're doing. The next congressman from Pennsylvania's 8th Congressional District, Rob Brennahan. Thank you, Rob. Good. Great primary win. That was a big primary. I endorsed him. Great job. That was a big win.
Yeah, live is
Candidate
early
for the
today.
7th Congressional District, Ryan McKenzie. Ryan, thank you. Congratulations. A man who we picked because, unlike a lot of states, including this one, we were leading by a lot. And then all of a sudden, a miracle happened. We had another miracle happen about 4 weeks ago, too. But this was a big miracle, and they found millions of votes. They found a lot of votes. But they didn't do that in North Carolina, where he was the head of the
Long Bear,
Republican
first of all, you
Party.
don't have to do that, Long
And
Bear.
I said,
I really,
"Who is
really
that
mean
guy?"
that. Just
His
have
name
some
is
fun. Thank you,
Michael
Long Bear.
Watley,
In
and
fact,
we
I'll
pointed
tell you what I'll
at
do,
the head
Long Bear. I'll match you.
of the
I'll match you,
RNC,
Long
the
Bear.
Republican National Committee. And he is doing a fantastic job. Really, really a great job. Thank you very much. He's going to keep their cheating down to a minimum, right? Maybe.
We
not.
hear you, Renee.
We know them better. They won't stop. They won't stop. You know, we have an expression, too big to rig, right? Too big to rig.
Long Bear, thank you so much. Appreciate you every single
we're
time.
leading
Seriously
by a
now.
lot.
Thank you. Appreciate
Even
it.
though we now have to run against somebody. Think of it. I spent $100 million. Now I have to run against somebody else. Is that fair?
No,
I think they
it's not
should
fair.
reimburse me for the $100 million. Who wants to collect? Does anybody want to go and collect? I'll get front row Joe to collect. The mayor, who's really a wonderful man.
44 people in here?
Good meeting you, Carl.
How many likes do
Thank
we
you,
have?
Carl. Thank you very much. Thank you,
That's
Carl.
free.
Good man. New York's Broome County DA, Paul Battisti. Paul Battisti. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Good job you're doing.
Mike, Long Bear,
I
thank
wish you were
you
in
very much. Appreciate you.
It would be very. We could use a good one in Manhattan. And Lackawanna County Commissioner Chris.
I hear you, Bob Barker. He's got it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
54
On my first day back at the Oval Office,
is in the house.
I will immediately sign an executive order directing every cabinet secretary and agency head to use every power we have to drive prices down.
Thank you, Lori.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
let's get the
drive
likes
them
up,
down
guys.
in a
It
capitalist
doesn't hurt
way,
anything. Doesn't mess your
not
phone
in a
up.
communist way.
Doesn't mess
After
anything up. Just like and subscribe. In and out. Appreciate it.
Capitalist war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to get your energy prices down.
Ed, Mr. Ed,
We're going to get your energy
thank you,
prices
Minnie.
down by 50%.
I'm doing everything in Nevada.
Presidency
Trust me, I'm on top of it here. Here in Nevada, Mike. I'm on top of it. Will he cheat again? Who knows?
Kamala imposed a natural gas export ban to
They're
cripple
trying.
Pennsylvania energy producers. You do know that she's against this whole energy thing that you have going, which is by far the most important thing you have from an economic
I hear you,
standpoint,
Mason.
job standpoint. She's against it. Kamala supports a carbon tax on the working
That's
class.
right, Longbeard.
And
That's
she's
well
vowed
said.
that she will ban fracking, which means 400.
Thank you, Mike L. Mike L. Thank
At
you.
least 150,000 jobs.
Yeah, Mike M. Nevada.
Pennsylvania is going to always be fracking because we desperately need the energy and we
12
desperately
does.
need
Oh,
the jobs.
thanks, Flinner. Bring me up to date. Appreciate
But
that.
she will end it. She will end it. In addition, your state and local government.
Oh,
will be
Flinner.
starved of
Flinner.
millions of dollars in
Flinner.
oil and
I
gas
took your
revenue.
advice, if you know what I mean. Let's not talk about it. What you said to me privately last night, I took your advice. Whatever it's worth.
The great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Jason Wingate.
Spent a lot of time
Look at
there.
that.
Told
I
went
hear
to
you.
School here. The Wharton
Bella.
Finance
Bella.
at Penn.
Bella. I love it.
Under my leadership, we will make America energy independent and energy dominant.
Wow, he's always putting someone down. Bad from as English says.
Big stuff. To further combat inflation, I will terminate Kamala Harris's Green New Scam. It's the greatest scam maybe ever played.
Preseason. No, something else, Flinner. Something else you said to me last night about. Anyhow, I'll talk to you later about that.
And we're going to give back a lot of money into the Treasury and pay down debt.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, you got me, Flinner. You know what I mean. Thank you, but that's not. Thank you.
Biden-Harris electric vehicle mandate.
Smart man, Flinner. Smart man. We need energy independence. Drill, baby, drill.
One of the most ridiculous things.
I'm trying.
Kamala now claims to want to cut red tape, but in less than 4 years, she's buried.
You'll get it back, Mike.
And regulations costing a typical household much more than $5,000 per year. Think of that, just with their red tape. I will cancel Kamala's crushing regulatory onslaught, and I will immediately eliminate every costly job. Now, just so you know, I cut regulations more than any president.
Matthew, I appreciate it. 60 people in, 48 likes. Let's try to at least get to 60 likes before we end this.
Why didn't you do it? With me, you can't say that on anything. I did do it. Everything I said. You know, they said.
Matthew, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Promises made, promises kept. What I said, I kept. I mean, unless there was some crazy thing somewhere, but I got it done. I got it all done. Even the wall.
John's not a big fan of drilling.
And I had to fight Congress. I had to fight the Senate like you wouldn't believe. I built hundreds of miles of wall. And I ended up taking
Maria.
it out and winning in court. We had 11 lawsuits by mostly Democrats like Nancy Pelosi. We had 11 different, we won every one of them. But think of it. I built the wall. I said, I'm taking it out of the military because our country's being invaded. This is an invasion of our country. And we built hundreds of miles of wall. Then we built and had an extra 200 miles that we were going to use to expand it further than I ever said. And it was made and ready to be installed. And we had a rigged election. And what happened after that?
I hear you.
They didn't want to do it, and
and
they sold
Tony.
it for 5 cents
I hear
on
you.
the dollar. 5
Yep,
cents.
too
Very
harsh.
sophisticated stuff, too.
Thank you, Flinner.
To get economic relief to workers and families, I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. And
Flinner,
we will
thank you,
have
man.
no tax on tips.
There you go. No tax on tips.
She copied.
She copied. She did copy. Actually,
By now, she came out
they all copy from me.
2 days ago and she
I'm the
said,
one.
no tax on tax.
They all
I
copy
said
from
that
me.
months ago.
I brought it up.
But
Give me
here's
some
what
credit,
hasn't
Trump.
copied yet. To help seniors,
They gotta give me credit on this.
Suffering the ravages of horrible inflation caused by Crooked Joe and Kamala, there will be no tax on Social Security.
Thanks for doing that, Lori. I seen that, Lori. Thank you, Lori. I seen that.
Done. They won't. They haven't even promised it to you, but they won't get it done if they do. And I will always protect Social Security and Medicare for our great seniors, just as
Do the wave. Appreciate it.
Years. By contrast,
For the homeless, God bless.
the three-step plan
We
to
appreciate
destroy
you. It's not on
Medicare
nose.
and
Thank you.
Social Security
God bless.
is
Yes.
going to destroy
We're gonna go out.
Medicare.
I'm gonna go
It's
today.
to destroy
Thank you.
your Social Security. First, she has thrown open our borders. Second, she is flooding our country with millions and millions of low-wage migrants and giving them welfare, free health care, food stamps, public benefits. And third, she wants to make them all citizens of the United States. Many of them coming from prison, many of them coming from mental institutions, and many are terrorists.
Long beer.
She
Thank
wants to
you.
make them citizens,
High five, fist bump.
dumping them
Thank
onto
you, guys.
Medicare and
We're going
dumping them
out.
into your beautiful Social Security program. Remember, for 4 years, I saved Social Security.
There's a flag right here, guys.
I never raised the age by 5 years, which is what they're going to end up doing. With me, it's staying the way it is. We have a lot of ways we're making money. We don't need to take it away from our seniors. The millions of illegal aliens pouring in under border czar. She was the border czar, right? She was the border czar. Now, about a month ago, she said, I wasn't the border czar. She was the border czar. But it doesn't matter. She was in charge of the border, 100%. But border czar Harris are coming in from the worst places, some of the most dangerous countries in the world. And as I said, they're emptying out their jails and prisons and
Longbeard, want one of these?
emptying out their mental institutions.
Judy
and
Wave?
dumping them into our country. What's happening to our country is shocking.
Hold on, guys.
It's unacceptable, and we have no choice. We're going to do the largest deportation in the history.
Longbeard. Sue D. Wave.
Just this weekend,
Longbeard, this.
two Kamala
And
migrants
Sue D. Wave.
were arrested for the rape of a 46-year-old woman, throwing her to the ground and raping her with a knife to her throat. She thought they were going to kill her. She said they weren't looking to rape me, they were looking to kill me. And it was a terrible thing. One of them had previously been arrested for raping another woman at a migrant shelter. But he was shielded from deportation.
Pretty cool, right?
by New York City sanctuary laws, which Kamala Harris strongly supports.
All right, Longbeard, you got it.
Change. In Virginia,
How about
3 weeks ago,
Fabian? Fabian, you want one? Fabian, you want one of these, Fabian?
7-Eleven, when she noticed an illegal alien trying to steal her car. When she tried to stop him, he ran her down and left her dead on the ground before going on to hit 2 more cars, killing 2 other drivers. And in May, the leader of a Peruvian gang known as Los Killers was released from Border Patrol custody and set free into America. And Kamala's direct orders, she said, set him free!
Fabian, you can give it to a friend. Come on. You can give it to a friend.
23
Give it to a friend,
murders
right?
in Peru.
Lori, can you give it to a friend?
Kamala refuses even to call these criminals. And
Oh, good, Sal. I'm going
to use
to grab a
the term,
flag after your
she
trip.
said,
Okay.
Illegal aliens. No, they are illegal aliens, but she said don't ever use that term.
Ah, Fabian.
They're just illegal aliens. Honestly, they're monsters. These
Fabian.
are savage monsters. The Harris policy is to let thousands of migrant killers and rapists into our country. She was asked the other day, but she didn't respond.
My wife, she's a good
We have
person.
detention centers where we have some of the worst criminals in the world in those detention centers from other countries, and not just South America.
Sorry,
they come
Mike
from
M.
Africa, they come from Asia, they come from the Middle East, they come from countries that are seriously.
Yeah, Sue D. Wave. Did I send you any? Sue D. Wave, did I send you anything? Sue D. Wave, you want the flag? What do you want? Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
And think about
Sue D. Wave, I got a bunch of flags here. Here, Sue D. Wave, I'll send this one out right here. Hold on.
Places in Venezuela.
I thought I sent you something out already. Sorry, hold on.
They're drug dealers, they're rapists.
Sue D. Wave, I thought I sent you some, but look. You want this, Sue D. Wave?
States of America, and if you come back, we will kill you. And they are now living with us. All will be criminals soon. And don't forget, they're just getting used to the experience of being in a country where.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, send me your address again.
Better than
Sue D. Wave,
that are being
send me your address again. I'll put it in the mail.
and victimized.
I'll put it in the mail.
And when they see that, and they're going to have levels of crime, I call it migrant crime. We call it Kamala migrant crime. She destroyed San Francisco. She destroyed Los Angeles. I call it migrant crime. She had something that she went with. You're not a criminal. It's a very minor offense if you steal anything from a store that's less than $950. Did you know that? So guys are walking into stores with.
You got it, Mike, yo. Mike, you got it.
Keep it under 950 and nothing's going to happen. By the way, if it goes to 9,050, nothing happens either. What's happened in California with Governor Newsom and guys like this, people like this, is terrible. But Kamala, what an environment, what a beautiful place, what a great place. The weather is so beautiful, the ocean, everything's beautiful. It's crime-ridden and horrible, and changes have to be made. The Trump policy is to keep these savage criminals.
Sue D. Wave, the flag's in the mail.
They're going to be out of
I'll give you the flag. I'll go to the mail as soon as I'm done the live. I'll put it in the bag. Do me a favor, though, if you can. That address that Mike put up, give me your address again. I might still have it, Sue D. Wave, but send it to me again. Not on here, but to my email. Thank you. Thank you.
In other countries all over the world, their crime is way down. And in our country, wait till you see the real numbers, because they're not counting migrant crime, which is going to make our crime look like baby stuff. If I win, you will have the largest operation of...
I think I have it, Sudi Wave, but send it again.
Take care of us. They want to do their job. As Border Patrol wants to do their job. And it's going to start on Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2025. It's going to start immediately. They want to do their job, and we don't let them. And if they do their job...
Fingers, she's happy. She's not bored.
They're dealing with a lot of very tough people. They take away their pension. They take away their
I hear you too, Harsh. Thank you.
They lose their family. They lose their house. They lose everything. They end up in squalor. And we're not going to do that. We're going to defend our great local police and law enforcement in general. We're going to defend them.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Because we
Go
want
Trump.
them to protect us. And we're going to need them much more than ever before, because the criminals pouring...
Yes,
into our
Sudi Wave. I
country
think I have
are
it,
the
but my
millions.
wife, she gets paranoid with all the scammers and stuff. So she deletes a lot of emails. So send it again when you get a chance. I'll put it out today.
So many, but I believe the real number is over 20 million people. That's larger than New York State. Kamala Harris wants to eliminate private health insurance and give free taxpayer-funded health care to every single illegal alien in the country. They want to give... And then you wonder, why do they come up? You know why they come up? Because guys like Newscomb and others are saying, come to our country, we'll give you health care. You know what they're doing to your school system is incredible. People are taking the seats of your children. Your children can't go to school, and you have people taking their seats that don't speak a word of English.
Thank you, Susu. Appreciate it. High five, fist bump.
And your kids
Stop
aren't
it.
getting
Thank you.
educated.
Thank
Your
you.
kids are not getting educated. They're considered like secondary citizens. And this is Kamala and Joe to a lesser extent. Look, Joe's lost. Forget him.
Lori says thank you.
By contrast, I'm going to keep the Affordable Care Act unless we can do something much better. We'll keep it, but we can do much better. It's too expensive for the people. They can't afford it. It's lousy health care. If we can do something better, we're working on it. If we can do something better, but we will never let anybody touch it.
The healthcare is so hard, guys. You make the insurance companies, us, the doctors, it's complicated, but we got to do something better. Obamacare, if something happens, God forbid, serious, you can lose your house.
They try and take credit for $35 insulin, but I was the one that did the $35.
Flinner, I'll see you later on. See you later on, Flinner.
During their administration, I remember a few years ago, I said, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Kick in over the next 2.5, 3 years. I said, what about now? You couldn't do it, just a process. I said, I hope I win the presidency.
Share the wealth for the homeless. Thanks, Sal, what you do. Appreciate it so much. Yes, you got me going. Get your stuff in the mail. I'm going to go give them something tonight. That's what I do. Thank you. Thank you, Sudi Wave. Appreciate it.
Party of common sense. We really are the party of common sense.
20-hour super chat. We appreciate it, guys. This is making it happen. Thank you.
The supply chains, and they've been so devastated. Our supply chains are devastated. You order something, and they say, sir, that'll be 4 months. And then 4 months comes up, and they say it's going to be another...
Long beer. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Maribel's got to get Maribel to work. Got to get her to work. Got to get the stuff going. She's been working all day.
They're as bad now as they were, but we get used to it. We're living like a third world country. Who thought? As we reduce burdens on domestic manufacturers, American workers will make our critical goods better and cheaper right here in the USA and right here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I will, with David, revoke China's most favored nation's trade status. They have a huge advantage because they are a growing nation. Well, we're a growing nation too. We're a nation that is crippled. We are a horribly crippled nation, and China gets all of these advantages in trade.
Thank you, Lori. No spamming. Yeah.
To be a growing nation. Well, we're a growing
Sue
nation.
Sue.
And I did that already.
Says you rock. Sudi Wave. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It's not unnoticed. Thank you.
or any other country makes us pay
Trump will build the jobs.
100% tariff, we will make them pay a reciprocal tariff of 100 or 200% right back. You heard us, we heard you.
Thanks, Lori,
It's
for
all
doing
an eye
that.
for an eye. I will also restore peace through strength, and I will prevent World War III from happening. We will stop it.
Thanks, Matthew.
You
Help
know,
the homeless channel on here, guys. Thank you.
when Crooked
Let's help
Hillary
them out.
Clinton was running against me, she said, look at him, listen to him. He will start a war, a world war. We had no wars other than I defeated ISIS in its entirety. 100% of the ISIS power. Listen to his rhetoric. Listen to his horrible.
Get this for you too, Sudi.
I said that horrible.
Put that in there.
to keep people from fighting.
Sudi wave right
We
here.
had no wars.
We'll put that in there with the flag.
81 years since that happened for a president. No wars. Other
Get
than
your stuff ready.
ending some wars that we're in and defeating ISIS. 2 days ago, I watched a parade of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Did you see it? The Taliban, where they were showing
Welcome in, Al.
equipment that they took from America. $85 billion worth.
Al, say hello to Fabian.
Years ago, celebrating 3 years of the
Maria.
defeat of America by these guys. And I knew him very well. Abdul was the head. Abdul was not playing games with me. We had, they were executing a lot of our soldiers. And I spoke to him. I said, Abdul, don't do it anymore. There'll be no more. Anyway, I said it pretty tough. And you know what? For 18 months, we didn't have one American soldier killed in Afghanistan.
Well, that's true right there.
And then I left.
You're amazing, Matthew. Thank you. God bless you. Matthew, God bless you.
This bunch of incompetent people took over, and it all started up again. And then they had the most embarrassing day in the history of our country, I thought. But she bragged about being the last person in the room that night, the night that they decided to do whatever they decided to do. In other words,
Thank you, Susu.
the final vote. And she bragged about it. It's
That's
been
right,
the most
Lori.
embarrassing moment in the history.
Somebody's at the door.
of Afghanistan.
Who's here?
It should have never ever happened. We
A
should have
Democrat?
had dignity and strength. And you
No,
don't
we're
take your
Republicans in
military
here.
First.
Who's here?
You take your military out. last.
Who's here?
They couldn't believe we did it. Under Trump, we will
Get
have
him, Max.
more wars,
Get him, Max.
more disruptions, and we will
Get him,
have
Max.
prosperity
Get him, Max.
for all.
Max!
And again, an American dream for all of the young people in this audience and some of the old ones.
Welcome back,
This
Longbeard.
is how we will end the era of inflation, mayhem, and misery under Kamala and crooked Joe Biden, and unleash safety, prosperity, and promise for Americans of every race, religion, color, and creed.
My
Every
guess.
single one of them are going to understand peace and wealth. And you're going to be we're going to be a dominant force again. We're going to be respected.
Yeah, it's my uncle says, Longbeard.
Right now we're being
Longbeard. My uncle, do you like the little small dogs they got? I said, yes, I do. My uncle's got the German Shepherds. They have hip problems.
Interest rates, low inflation. We had almost no inflation during my 4 years, almost nothing. And they went up to 9.5%, and that number's a fake.
It's a lot of dog food.
Because they don't add the worst categories.
That
It was much higher
Longbeard.
than that.
Dog food's up too.
But it was
I get a little bag of Village Jack. It was like $28. Used to be
We gotta
20
make
just
sure
3 months
affordable
ago.
groceries,
Crazy.
affordable car,
It's crazy.
affordable home,
Dog food's
low
up too.
interest rates. We're going to get it all down. We will stop.
Let me tell you, that Max is tough. He bites the mailmen and the women.
Our military build a missile defense shield over the top of our country.
Thank you,
An
Susu.
iron dome. It'll be a great iron dome.
Yeah, how much does he eat?
Will be made
Cat food too, Maria says.
Pennsylvania.
Stocking up, Longbeard. You must have hugs.
Why shouldn't
Have huge dogs, rather.
Why shouldn't we have that? Other countries can have it, but we can't.
We got a lot of stuff here. I don't know where all the stuff's at, Mike. My wife's got this whole house with all kinds of flags and everything.
Today you do. We're going to have an iron dome to protect us from the lunatics out there.
What?
And we're going to keep critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. And we're going to keep men out of women's sports. No men in women's sports.
Thank God, Matthew. Thank God.
Did you see in the Olympics? They had two transitioned. They transitioned. They were men
Thank
that
God,
transitioned to women, and they were in the boxing. And a young Italian woman.
That's right, Italians, baby.
One of the transitioned men, and she got hit with a jab. Just boom.
Yeah.
A jab is not. Like
What did happen to a tank?
Right?
What?
If you're right-handed.
Huh?
Boom. And
It's not right.
I just got hit with a horse. What just hit me?
You don't mess with the Italians.
Then he did it again. Boom.
I know. Like Rocky Marciano.
Two jabs.
Two jabs.
Then the other one, and by the way, he went on to easily win the gold medal. He just walked through everybody. He won the gold medal. Then there was another one.
Yeah, another Italian.
Transitioned man, and he also won the gold medal.
Another Italian.
And he won the gold medal very easily. So the two fighters won the gold medals very easily. And she came out, the Italian girl, beautiful girl, very good boxer. And she said, nobody's ever hit me like that. Two jabs. She said, I've never been hit. She just said, that's enough, that's enough. It's crazy. It's so demeaning to women. How about the weightlifting? Hundreds of pounds more, hundreds. Records that haven't been broken in 18 years. 1/8 of an ounce here, 1/8 of an ounce.
Thank you, Two Hearts.
You could do it.
Two Hearts, thank you.
Do it. And a guy comes out, excuse me, a transition person. How much more is that? Oh, that's 128 pounds more. How crazy is this? Our country has gone crazy.
I hear you, John.
And we're going to put it back on track.
The country is. He's right. He's right.
We will defend the Second Amendment, restore free speech, and we will secure
Jeez,
our
Longbeard.
elections. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive. We're going to be a thriving country again. And every day will be filled with joy, opportunity, and hope. Right now, it's filled with sorrow. It's sorrow. People are so embarrassed by what's happening to our country. They're waiting for Iran to drop weapons
John,
all over Israel.
I got you.
But it hasn't happened. You know why? Because our country is willing to pay them billions and billions of dollars. How about where they negotiate? I had 50.
Fabian, those are bears, not
58
dogs.
hostages I got out, 59 I think, and got them out even from North Korea, the toughest. Had a good relationship with Kim Jong.
Welcome in, Russell.
I got him out.
How are you?
But you never pay, because once you pay, you're gonna pay. How about we pay $6 billion, $6 billion.
Welcome in the chat,
and we
guys.
get somehow,
Like and subscribe.
and in the case of Russia, they get the Prince of Doom. You know who the Prince of Doom, the greatest arms dealer, they say, in the history of the world. And they got him, and we also gave $6 billion. It's so embarrassing, so embarrassing. And the world is watching. And you know, when you pay $6 billion, all of a sudden people are going to be disappearing from the streets all over the place. And it's a very bad precedent.
I hear you, Austin, Texas. May God bless you.
Of our government. You know, I could have done that with Hillary Clinton. And I said to myself, how would it look? We're trying to unify the country. How would it look if I had arrested and put in prison the wife of the President of the United States? I thought it was not good. And then they do that to me. They want to put me away. But you know what? I get indicted for you. To me, I'm just here. I'm just standing in their way. I said to him, fellas, you know, I was no fan of Hillary, but I said, how would it look if we put her in prison? We're going to put Hillary Clinton, the wife and a Secretary of State, we're going to put her in prison. But we never did this stuff. And then I came along. It's double standard.
Those are horses.
They want to do it to me. So far, they've been very unsuccessful, but they would like to. We must defeat Kamala Harris, and we must stop her country-destroying liberal agenda. Liberal, like
That is a big dog,
nobody's ever seen in the
Matt.
history
You're right,
of
Matthew.
Our country. So get your friends, get your family, register, volunteer, get out and vote for that guy right there, David. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024. And we want a landslide. Not going to let it happen. We're not going to have a country left. You know, you need two things to start. You need a strong, beautiful, fair border, and you need fair and free elections, and we have neither, right? We have neither. On November 5th, we will save our economy. We will rescue our middle class. We will reclaim our sovereignty and restore our borders. We will put America first, and we will fight, fight, fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight for our country.
Thank you. Yeah, what do you mean, Tim Cass? What do you mean? Thanks, Two Hearts.
Thank you.
I hear you, Jordan.
Thank you very much. But this is a very consequential Commonwealth, as we say, but this is a very consequential vote in Pennsylvania because they say that if you win Pennsylvania, you're going to win the whole thing. We cannot let these people win Pennsylvania. That includes David. And let it happen.
Axel, how are you? Mr. Morales, how are you? God bless you. Hope you're doing
We
well.
will make America wealthy again. We will make America.
Yeah, be respectful. We just, you know.
We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will make America free again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much, Pennsylvania.
All right, guys.
All right, listening there to former President Donald Trump.
Great super. Thanks for all the super chats. Great super chats. Great donations. Let me get going. Mods, thank you. I'll be back on tonight. I'm gonna go to the supermarket. I'm gonna go take care of the homeless people here. Get some of this stuff out. That's what I do real quick. Get this flag out. Get some of this stuff. Sudi Waves email.
We do want to step away for a quick commercial break. A live look though.
Lori, Maria, thank you for helping out. Fabian, God bless you. Let's see here. Long Beard, Sudi Wave, thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Matthew, God bless you and your mom. Wildwood, New Jersey. Look at this. Buffalo, New York. Guys, make sure if you haven't liked, subscribe, share the video. It's pretty cool. They're showing everything here. Mike M, thank you today. Appreciate it. Your support, Mike. Maria, thank you, Maria. All right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me go out. I'm going to go take care of some homeless. Guys, I'll see you tonight around 6:30, 7 o'clock. You can make it. Let's relax. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I don't know. I think we're getting real close. Maybe I'll get a bottle of champagne. We'll have a good time tonight. I'll see you guys tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much. Niagara Falls. Look at this. Mini-me. I'll see you later. Two hearts. Two hearts. I'll see you later on. God bless everybody. Let me get going. See you, Maria. Let me go. I got to I'm anxious to get some food. Let me go help out the homeless people. Thank you, guys. Let me get to work. God bless you guys. I'll see you.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us here at Live Now from Fox on this Saturday.